Hi,
How are you doing today, Natasha?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fantastic. This has to be one of the most original cooking shows ever. And I'm a cooking show junkie. I love the concept of this show.
Oh, that's great. I love cooking shows too. That's why I was so excited to be a part of it.
Does that officially make us foodies then?
I'm sorry, repeat the question?
Does that officially make us foodies?
Oh, well, it's interesting because, the chef I work with on this show, Chef Ludo, he's a world-renowned Michelin star French chef, and he's got restaurants in Los Angeles and Denver. He's extremely talented. But it was so funny because we were shooting the show in Atlanta, and he would just want to go to the same Thai restaurant across the street every night. And I was like, don't you want to go to Atlanta's like this foodie town. Don't you want to go eat at these restaurants? And he's like, no, I don't want to get influenced by other chefs.
Oh.
So seeing this world-renowned Michelin star chef who is not a foodie, I thought that was so interesting.
Wow.
But yeah, I think what makes someone a foodie, I would think, would be they want to go to all the hippest new restaurants all the time, right?
Yeah. Well, TBS has given you just an open forum here on with Rat in the Kitchen. I mean, one chef is placed in it, and it's a mole. This chef is a mole, and they sit there and they try to figure it out. What do you get to know who they are, or are you playing the game as well?
No, we're playing the game too, and that was a big thing. Me and Ludo were like, please don't tell us, please don't even accidentally tell us. We want to play the game. So basically, each episode there's 6 different chefs, and one of them, like you said, is the mole, or we call it the rat.
Yeah.
And they're chosen the night before, but nobody knows except one producer or something, whoever chose them. But then they have to do all the different challenges, make different foods for Ludo and me to taste. And if the food is disgusting and the rat, figured out how to sabotage the dish, then the rat will get money in their bank. And if the food is amazing and, the chef's triumphs despite the rat trying to mess everything up, then the team gets the bank. So basically, at the end, we get to see, does the rat win the money or the team? And then Ludo and I are trying to figure it out every step of the way, as is every other chef as well. So it's really hard to make alliances, figure out who you can trust. So there's that whole fun element to it, in addition to making the food.
With your creative imagination and everything you've done, is there a side of your personality that wishes, I want to be the rat? I would love to be the rat.
Oh my God. People have asked me that, would you want to be the rat or in the team? And I would definitely want to be the rat. It just seems fun talking people into trusting you and, just that whole situation of having to figure out things to do to sabotage people. And also, I'm a horrible cook anyway, so I probably wouldn't even have to try very hard.
Yeah, I try in the kitchen, and if I'm messing up, all right, we're having soup. I'll turn it into some sort of a soup.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, cooking. But eating is, and that's the beauty of these cooking shows.
So now, can one of the chefs call out the rat in the show, or do you have to keep it personally on the inside until it's game time to say who is the rat?
Well, if you really know who the rat is, then you can tell the other chef and just inform them, I think that person is the rat, so don't trust them. Don't let them touch this. Don't let them be in charge of the grilling. I ate raw shrimp. People will be like, oh, yeah, it's ready. And then, you trust the person because, there's a time restriction. So everyone's kind of, there's chaos in the kitchen.
Do you feel that anxiety?
The anxiety of what?
The anxiety of that time. Because, if you're only given so much time, I'd be freaking out because I know how much, it's going to take to get a project done. But when that clock is ticking down.
It gets very stressful. But, ultimately, I wasn't on the line, so it was just more fun to watch it and watch it unfold and devolve.
Would you like to ever sit back and watch people watch the Rat in the Kitchen on TBS? Because I would love to see how interactive people get, how many people are screaming at the screen.
Oh, I know. I'm going to have a big screening party, so we'll see what happens.
What's the fun part about it for you? What is it that you show up every day? It's like, it's like going out on a live stage and boom, boom, you're on.
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, it was really fun to work with Ludo because he does have such high standards, and also, you know, he's very into teaching. So he does, and I think he used to teach chefs. So there are little tips, and he will give people tips on cooking here and there, and it's you know, just accumulating these little tips is is very helpful because, you know, it's always nice to learn some tips from masters.
Right. Do you find yourself maybe teaming up with the chef and maybe doing a cookbook for the rest of us so that we can really learn how to do these dishes?
Oh, honey, nobody wants my cookbook, but Ludo is definitely writing a cookbook, and everybody should buy it.
Because you're so active in everything that from streaming to the comedy and stuff like that, where can people go to find out more about you and give you some love? And knowing you, you've got some merchandise that you can sell.
Oh, well, we actually do have merchandise for my podcast. I would say for everyone to check out the Endless Honeymoon podcast. That's a podcast I do with my husband, Moshe Kasher, and we give love advice, and we have a secrets hotline where people can call and leave their deep, dark secrets. And you can watch our podcast or listen to our podcast on YouTube, anywhere that they have podcasts. And yeah, get some merch.
You're such a creative, creativity just bleeds from you. I mean, how'd you learn how to deal with that when you started finding your voice, as we say in radio?
Well, you know, that's so nice to hear, because as a performer and comedian and person in Hollywood, you always feel like you're not doing enough. You know, like, my friends will tell me, like, you're doing so much. And I'm like, really? I feel so lazy. So I don't know. I say it's nice to hear that. But yeah, I mean, creativity, it's like, it's an energy, and it can come out in many different forms. You know, I'm not the type of person who's like, I'm a purist. It's only coming out in stand up. So there's a lot of different ways. Maybe I'll get into tap dancing soon. I don't know.
Put it on YouTube and you'll have 1 billion viewers.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, you've got to come back to
I'd be worse at tap dancing than cooking, though.
but
follow the energy. Just follow the creative energy. That's what I would tell
You're so true about that. That's why I have a podcast on iHeartRadio it's called Creativity, the Addiction. And that and the whole entire everything we talk about is that we are addicted to it, and we have to feed that monster. Now learn from it.
It's funny you call creativity a monster.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you lay awake at night and people steal from it in the day. I mean, it's like, I don't want to hold on to this anymore.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. That's interesting. I'll check out your podcast.
Excellent. Well, come back to this show anytime. The door is always going to be open for you, Natasha.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, be brilliant, okay?
Okay. I'll try.